Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. So I was reading a story in the Wall Street Journal this week about how PricewaterhouseCoopers has been hit with an age discrimination suit. But this is a little different than the kind that most companies are hit with. Most companies, when they're hit with an age discrimination suit, generally it's because they've decided to let go people who are older and when they're hiring people who are younger. But in this case, it's a little bit different. Now, PricewaterhouseCoopers, they have a reputation as being a great place for millennials to work. They talk about that a lot. It's one of the things they like to brag about. But in this case, what happened was somebody who's, 47 years old, and somebody else who's 53, they applied for entry-level positions and were rejected. And what they're doing is they are suing to say that, hey, listen, you are discriminating against us because you wouldn't even consider us for entry-level positions because of our age. Now, listen, I'm no lawyer, and I have no idea. I guess it's called the Federal Age Discrimination in Employment Act. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you whether this is a legitimate suit or not. But I do think that companies have to start to think differently about the people that they hire, even for entry-level positions. If we're going to talk about the fact that the economy is changing and the job market is changing, it is entirely possible that people are going to be looking to reinvent themselves when they're in their 40s, when they're in their 50s. And they may be looking to start up whole new careers in new jobs. And companies that just say, well, they're a little old, we don't want to hire them, we want to hire young people. Well, they may be making a mistake because, young people don't have a corner on the market on innovation and creativity and dedication. They can be efficient, they can be effective in their jobs, but so can people in their 40s and their 50s. And I think it's important that companies start to look at these people differently. You can't just say because somebody's old, they can't be in an entry-level position. Now, again, I have no idea what the legalities are on this one. But I do think that companies have to cast a wider net and think about people differently, even for entry-level positions. And it's not like they're sitting there saying, oh my God, if we hire them when they're 50, they're only going to work for us for 15 years, because most millennials they hire aren't going to stick around that long. And in fact, the older people they might hire for entry-level positions, they may be so grateful that they're perfectly happy to stay for a longer time. They may work harder, they may be more creative, plus they may bring a kind of work-life experience to the job, a different kind of dedication, and a different kind of loyalty to it. So again, regardless of the legalities, I think companies in general have to think about that stuff differently. And I can't help but think about Bartolo Colon. I was actually brokenhearted when Colon left the Mets and went to play for the Braves, because even though Colon is in his early 40s and he's way past the point where he should be an effective major league pitcher, man, he gets on the mound and he is crafty and he throws well and he knows how to pitch and he brings something different to the game, and quite frankly, he brings something different to the locker room. I think companies have to look at people who are a little bit older and think of them the way baseball teams think about Bartolo Colon. It may be a little unorthodox, but you know something? Sometimes they're going to be able to throw a curve that other people will not. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.